This is just proof that anything can be taken too far. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times someone died while playing video games. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at instances where a person passed away while spending much of their time focused on the world of games.
My bowels grew!
Number 10, Wii Fit betraying its primary intent.
Push up.
Exercise can be a wonderful and healthy thing, but this does not inspire confidence in the practice. The 2008 release of the Wii Fit exercise game brought about a renewed interest in combining the interests of gamers with the demand for healthier gaming practices. It also attracted the attention of focused fitness individuals, like 25-year-old scout leader Tim Eves. Sadly, while jogging alongside the game, Eves fell to the ground and was declared dead long before he was admitted to a hospital. What's strange is that Eves was stated to be in good shape and had been working as a laborer for some time, making his sudden death all the more bizarre. Number 9, holiday gaming ends in fatality. Sometimes the holidays are just a source of misery and turmoil. This may very well have been the situation for a 26-year-old man in northeastern China who undertook a continuous online gaming marathon during the Chinese New Year in 2007. Known only as Zhang, he played online games for a full week before he experienced twitching and fell unconscious, with his parents' effort to keep him alive being all for naught. Zhang's death is thought to be the result of his weight of 330 pounds, straining his body past the point of survival, exacerbated by cultural pressures and a lack of engagement outside of gaming. Number 8, attempted transcendence through suicide. This is a tragedy, no two ways about it. World of Warcraft has enchanted and engrossed gamers since it launched in 2004, inspiring a level of devotion to the experience that few other games can boast. Alas, this devotion can have a darker side to it, which came to light in the case of Zhang's Yao Yi, a 13-year-old boy who became fixated on the MMO. Seeking to join his fellow guild members in the game, Xiao Yi left a suicide note written from the perspective of his player character before leaping from a tall building. Number 7, 50-hour final session. Nearly 3 days of play, all for a depressing end. In 2005, boiler repairman Lee Swang-sup found himself gripped by a compulsion to play StarCraft non-stop, costing him a job and a relationship with his girlfriend. Not deterred, Lee ventured into a smoke-filled, underlit internet cafe where he spent 50 hours on a StarCraft binge. Already malnourished and deprived of sleep, Lee's marathon concluded with him closing his eyes for the last time before falling to the ground, dead of heart failure. The saddest part is that Lee had recently told his family that he'd be leaving the cafe soon and would be returning home. At the very least, we hope that his passing was peaceful and without pain. Number 6, Ingress player killed by a bus.
Ingress is a giant game of the capture the flag,
where you play a video game but in real life.
Much can be said of the 2016 mobile game Pokemon Go, indirectly leading to the deaths of several players. But developer Niantic's earlier release, Ingress, was no stranger to player demise either. For example, in 2014, a 16-year-old Brazilian boy named Gabriel Leo was just innocently engaged in a hunt for one of several in-game portals. Unfortunately, the teen happened to walk straight into the path of an oncoming bus, resulting in his death. This kind of all-too-common tragedy may explain Niantic's desire to add awareness warnings to their games, given how easy it is to get distracted by your phone. Number 5, Diablo 3 binge turns deadly. In July of 2012, a young Taiwanese man known as Chuang set out to complete an extensive marathon of Diablo 3. To that end, Chuang booked a private room in an internet cafe in Tianan and proceeded to play the action RPG for an incredible 40 hours without stopping to eat. An employee at the cafe eventually entered Chuang's room and managed to wake him from sleep, only for him to briefly stand up, take a few steps, and collapse. To make matters worse, Chuang was said to have died before he reached the hospital, potentially due to a blood clot. Number 4, sedentary lifestyle, sudden end. Sitting for long periods of time doesn't do gamers any favors. Case in point, UK gamer Chris Staniforth regularly played Halo games for more than 10 hours per session, with no breaks. Becoming particularly focused on 2010's Halo Reach, Staniforth set about playing the game for 12 hours a time. In the midst of one session, a blood clot traveled up Staniforth's legs to his lungs, killing him on the spot. It is believed that Chris had been afflicted with a deep vein thrombosis due to his sedentary lifestyle, leading to the fatal blockage of a vital artery. Number 3, Daly and Burkowski.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The year was 1981, and the maze-centric arcade game Berserk had been out for mere months. 19-year-old Jeff Daly set about achieving a high score of 16,660 points, not long after which he died of a heart attack. 1 year later, Peter Burkowski, said to have been a friend of Jeff's, managed to get 2 record-setting high scores on Berserk before he too collapsed due to heart failure. The deaths of these 2 teenagers marked the first known instance of a game being tied to the demise of a player, contributing to heated arguments over the dangers posed by video games. Number 2. 3-day fixation. Overlong gaming sessions in internet cafes are appearing increasingly unsafe, it would seem. At least that's an easy takeaway when looking at a 2015 incident involving a Taiwanese man known as Shay, who played video games for 3 days straight. An employee at the cafe found Shay lying on a table and promptly called an ambulance, though by that point, nothing could be done to save the man's life. What's worse is that when Shay's body was eventually carried out by paramedics, other players in the cafe allegedly didn't notice or appear to be fazed by the morbid affair. Number 1. 650 hours means death. Credit where credit's due. This is one hell of a bold undertaking. In 2011, an unnamed 33-year-old Chinese man set up camp in an unlicensed internet cafe and set about playing for as long as possible. Specifically, the man played online games for an astounding 650 hours, just over 27 days, until he fainted and died of heart failure caused by malnutrition. Setting aside the length of the man's final session, there's something kind of fascinating about how he subsisted almost completely on instant ramen noodles for that entire time. Coupled with a lack of water, little variation in his diet, and limited sleep, it becomes kind of clear how inevitable death was in this situation. Take breaks, folks. It's for your own good. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.